Hi, this is Dominic from Paphos Life. I'm at the harbour and I'm having a nice Sunday morning walk along the Walkway to Lighthouse Beach because I tried to do it last weekend, but it's going to pee down and rain at any minute, but the sun has got its hat on today, big time. Have a little pan round to rear of the restaurant area. This looks very nice. I've already flown the drone here because the sea was incredibly calm, but I will walk down and see if there's a nice reflection shot to be had. Ooh, here comes a policeman. I also need to adjust the camera. You don't get much calmer than that. Those seagulls are making a weird noise. And now though, we'll focus on the coast path. Because I last filmed it when it just opened. And a lot of the landscaping wasn't in place. So it's a few months down the line now. I'm going to walk across it, or along it, and we'll see what it's like. See if that's working yet. Oh, it is. And it will turn itself off, I take it, yes, good. There's a fisherman over there, or two fishermen. And the spring flowers are beginning to come out in full force now. In a month or two's time though, the archaeological park will be completely awash with colour. Quite stunning, the transformation. Let's have a little look around there. There's a lighthouse in the distance. Now this platform up here is new. It wasn't there when I did my last report. So we'll have a look at that. Being Sunday morning, it's about 7:45 I think, there will be a lot of joggers about. And in fact I bumped into the West Coast joggers while I was flying the drone, well just beforehand. So hello to them if they're watching. It's rather nice, this, I have to say. Now the sun's going to be in the wrong place, but there's not a lot I can do about that, so you'll have to grin and bear it, I'm afraid. There'll be a nice view of the castle and the tower behind it, which these days doesn't look half as bad as it used to. Pan round, have a quick look at the fishermen. There's another one up there. Really clear water. There's a remnant of, I think I'm talking about that weird red flower statue now. It's a remnant of Paphos 2017, when we were the cultural capital of Europe. and all sorts of weird and wonderful statues went up. I'm trying to see what, I don't know if you can make it out from here, but there's something weird just over the horizon there. Probably something completely mundane, but from this angle it looks like a statue of a bird or something. It's definitely a weird, looks like possibly lights or something they've got. If you can see, there's another one there. I really need to get back into the archaeological park and give it some coverage because it's an amazing place. I was last there before COVID. Actually, that's not strictly true. When my brother came to stay, I took him for a brief tour, but that was near the end of the day and it's a fairly rushed affair. Besides which, I wasn't filming it. Now I'm presuming the drinking fountains they got here is drinkable water. There's no signs to say whether that is the case or not though. And there are bins here, which was an issue. Got some stairways going down here to that little statue. I won't bother descending though. And what I'll do on this walk, I'll walk down to the Lighthouse Beach filming, have my BLT, which is actually delicious from the cafe there, and then come back taking pictures. That way I can take pictures and turn around so that I'm not getting the sun in the shot. Whereas if I tried filming it in that direction, you wouldn't see a great deal. See, quite a few shrubs have been planted now. Of course, in a few years' time, people will be moaning that the oleander is too tall and it's restricting their view of the park. That's because people like moaning about everything. Some people. Not everybody, though, thankfully. It's a very nice way of getting a bit of exercise, though. Going for a nice walk along here, or a jog if that's what rocks your boat. And it appears now that this area is either a playground or an outdoor gym. They've got some pull-up bars, which, let's face it, look a bit high for small kids, which would favour the idea it's actually a gym. Ooh, someone's actually on it. Parallel bars in that case. One of the things I was puzzling over is actually a shopping trolley, which is a great British tradition to have one of those appearing in the middle of nowhere. I don't think that's officially there. Right. So it's 10 minutes we've been filming so far, and that's about a third of the way. But you have to allow for the fact that I dawdled a bit at the start. So I'd say in total the walk should take you about a quarter of an hour to 20 minutes. There's nothing too strenuous at all. And if you're in a wheelchair, you're well covered.
Hello.
Come here. And the coast path at the moment stretches all the way up to, I think we can say without lying that it goes as far as Sandy Bay now. You can definitely get no further than that on an official route because there's quite a lot of rocks, but you can get up to Sandy Bay now, which is a good old hike. Especially if you're like me and you park your car at one end and you have to walk back again. I'm not doing that today though. I've already flown my drone and this is just working up an appetite for a bacon sandwich, or BLT rather. See, these have now got shrubs planted in them and, importantly, irrigation in place. So, give it a couple of years and the place will look rather nice, I think. I mean, it looks rather nice as it is, but you know what I mean. The only thing there isn't, which I would say is a reasonable criticism, if you wanted to criticise something like as nice as this, is that there's a lack of shade. So if you do take this walk in the summertime especially, make sure you wear a hat or something and have a drink with you. I'd imagine midday July this would be quite a challenge really. However, late February it isn't. It's very pleasant. There's always one. That red building through there is the main mosaics area in the archaeological park. Oh, we can see, yeah, they're lighting those weird things I was looking at. I definitely don't remember them being there. When I was there before. Begs the question why they're there, because you're not allowed there after dark. I guess it's just for looks. When I book my drone time to fly there, I'll be able to investigate that more fully. Some pretty flowers here. Cyprus in bloom. Yes, as I said, there will be a lot more colour in there in the coming months. There'll be lots of reds and pinks as well. And just up here was where they found the original city wall, and they were doing their renovations. I think what they did, they dug down just so they could see how big it was, and then they filled it in again to protect it. I say this because someone was moaning about how they'd mistreated it, and they hadn't. It's exactly what they do with any of the other excavations they do when they're finished. Actually, let's go and pop and have a quick look at that. Try not to get stung. So yes, what I'm walking on now was the original city wall, and it goes down about 5 metres. And this here is not bits of the city wall that have been destroyed. That's just rubble they've put in front of it to protect it. So I just think Romans will have stood on that wall, and Greeks back in the day, and admired the view and moaned at the lack of shade, no doubt. Well, some of them did, but they wouldn't have had a BLT waiting for them. I'm not sure what they would have had. I'm trying to think, something with juniper berries possibly, but I'll blame Monty Python for that. Coming to another bit of landscaping now. And in the distance we can see the kiosk at Lighthouse Beach. Trying to work out what they planted. It looks like, I haven't a clue, I don't know what I'm trying to pretend I would know. If it had been cyclamen or hibiscus, I would know, because they were 2 plants I've bought in the past year and planted. And I have to say the cyclamen's doing better than the hibiscus. Mind you, if you can't grow cyclamen in Cyprus, you can't grow anything. Like growing courgettes in the garden. I was really proud of my courgettes when I lived back in England, until someone else said they're about the easiest thing to grow in the garden. It's amazing how quickly you get sick of ratatouille as well, which is what I use courgettes for, because I don't like aubergines. How's that for banter? Now we're coming down to one of these, oh, I suppose it is shade area. There's more of a Instagram opportunity. These little photo me booths. You can see in the distance, there's quite a few of them along the coast. Have a little seat in them. There's one, there used to be one further along the route we just walked as well. They couldn't have taken it away though. Must just be misremembering. Oh, is that cyclamen there? Nope. Do you get points for identifying something as not being something? Anyway, click. There's a picture of you with a wreck whose name I can never remember in the background. This has always puzzled me, why they bothered to put an exit to the archaeological park here, because you can't get back in. I suppose you could get back in via the main entrance, if you just fancied walking back via the coast path. But your car will be way over the other side. There's the lighthouse, can't we see it from the sun? Well, it's there. I have to say, the seafront is looking very beautiful at the moment. I'm still trying out microphones, so I hope you can hear me properly on this one. If not, I'll have to do some adjustments to the audio level. I hate to think all this band are going to waste. Someone's scooter. That's not the sort that you can rent. The wire's just left there. And the kid got fed up with it. And had one tumble too many. Looks like there's a play area in front of the beach cafe now. We might even have a swimmer. Bloody cold for that. I was going to walk straight across the sand, but I think I'll stick to the path. To our right, another old wall of the city. If you do visit the archaeological park, it's well worth walking around the whole area because there's so many interesting little nooks and crannies away from the mosaics. But if you're going to do that, make sure you come early in the morning so you can get it all done before the sun gets really hot. And that way, if you do get knackered, you can take a break and come back later in the day with your ticket. You won't have to pay twice. I mean, it only costs $4.50 anyway. It's not exactly a rip-off by any means. This play area looks rather nice, actually. Don't worry, I'm not going to have a go. Oh, he wasn't swimming, he was just walking along the little jetty. Anyway, there you have it. The walkway is a lot more complete now, and it is utterly enchanting. I'm going to stop filming now because there are kids playing in the playground and I don't tend to do that. So I will say goodbye, and if you're in the area, do this walk for yourself. Cheers.